That right there, listen, Bobby, you still talking too much, bro, in my opinion. Yeah, you Bobby, but even this doing this interview and somebody like that seeing that, it only takes somebody to get up and somebody's ear and pump old boy up. You know what I'm saying? Even if he watching this and feeling some type of way about that, you gotta watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? YouTube Town Family, YouTube Town Family, YouTube Town Family. What's the biz? No, hey, god damn. Keep that same energy over there. This man shot him on live. Time out. Hey, time out. Now y'all want to say what up? After I blow up. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Todd-Town. Another one. I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Another one, Todd-Town. Hey man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to Todd-Town. And like I always say, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So you already know how I go. Peace. Yeah. Whoa.
You're sitting in jail, you can't get bond, and this whole time Alex Spiro is your lawyer, who is also Jay-Z's lawyer.
Yeah, he's my lawyer.
Right. I heard you dropped a bag on him.
120,000. I don't know why my mama gave him 120,000. Was it 120,000 for 7 years in prison? I wouldn't. I don't think you want to talk about him. I would wild on that. I'm telling you, play outside.
120,000.
I doesn't recommend nobody to go there. Free Tory.
Oh no.
Well, the trial is going to start soon.
Right.
Tory?
No, your trial.
Oh.
We're back here. So
okay.
You're sitting here in jail, can't get bond. Your trial's starting soon. You're facing more than 50 years at the time.
If I blow?
Yeah, if you blow trial. Now, you get a plea deal, but there's a catch because it's called a global plea. Right?
Awesome. I ain't never heard of it. Why they didn't do that with Chapo? Why they didn't do that with Big Meech? Why they say, oh, you take 30? All right, we break it down. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Why didn't do that?
Okay. A global plea means that all the co-defendants have to take the offer. And if one person decides not to take the offer, nobody gets an offer.
Quano didn't take the offer.
Well, no. Right. We'll talk about that in a second. But at the time,
that was
everyone had to take offers.
Yeah.
Or else no offers are going out and everyone has to go to trial.
Yeah.
So, you get a 7-year deal. Rowdy Rebel gets a 7-year deal. Montana Flea gets a 7-year deal. Monty, sorry. But when it gets to Quano, and he's offered a 15-year deal, he doesn't want to take it.
He ain't take it.
How freaked out were you at that moment? Because what they were saying is that if Quano doesn't take that deal at that time, you guys don't get deals either.
So I had to tell everybody that we was taking the deal because I was telling them motherfuckers, let's go to trial. I was running fiend to go to trial. I looked at all my evidence. I said, nigga, let's go. I'm suing not everybody. I start talking too much too early. That's the thing with me. I be talking too early. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, yo, son. They say, oh yeah? I say, oh yeah? So they come back with Rowdy. They like, yo, they got this and that on Rowdy. This a bunch of some stupid. They like, yo, if he blow, he this and the third. So I'm like, fuck, stupid motherfucker. All right, cool. So we got to take 7 years. I tell the bros we take the 7 years. Quano like, yo, bro, I need 10. Quano like, I take 10 right now. I ain't no 15. Yeah. Quano Black, yo, Black, Quano said that 15. They end up letting Quano go to trial.
Well, yeah. So your lawyers approach. And at the very end, the judge allows Quano to separate from your deal.
Nah, from the beginning.
Oh, it was from the beginning?
Yeah, once Quano said he ain't taking that, they said, all right, cool, we're just trying by himself, and they still let us go.
Okay, so you guys got the global plea deal without him.
They just wanted us to take they just wanted me to do time.
Right. Yeah, so this is the crazy part.
I heard out the judge's mouth, like the judges told me, like, yo, you would come back. He told all of us while we was in court, like, wow, our parents is there, people's there. He didn't even give a f. The judge Clyde we had, that nigga get no fucks. That nigga told us in court, he said, listen, You could get it back on your pill. Your friends could get it back on their pill. But all of you guys are going upstate, okay? I said, oh. I jumped out of my seat. I felt that belt the ass. I said, oh. Yeah.
Well, Quano, who had a 15-year plea deal, rejects it, goes to trial, loses, and gets sentenced to 117 years minimum for 23 counts, including attempted murder.
No, it wasn't 117. It's 30 to 40. It was 30 to 40.
Where did that 117 come from? You heard that before.
Yeah, there's Google. The internet is unbeatable.
Okay.
You can't beat these. Vlad.
Facts, boy.
When I talk to girls all the time, they come and tell me that a whole bunch of. I said, what? I got a house on the moon and I got weird. And what the f you talking about? And I said, people crazy.
Okay.
I'm used to it though. I'm used to it.
Well, still, 30 to 40 versus 15 is a huge difference.
Yeah. 30 to 40.
Because Quano was what, maybe in his 20s at the time?
Yeah, I came on, bro. He's working on his appeal too. I gave him like 50,000 for his appeal.
Damn.
No, he working on his. Shout out to Quano. I'm saying free Quano, free the bro.
Well, originally you had 8 counts, but you pled guilty to 2 counts. 1 count of weapon possession and a related conspiracy charge. The other 6 counts, including the conspiracy for murder, those were all dropped.
Everything was dropped. They was getting dropped regardless. So they just put all those counts to hold me on the bill. So it's like anything where people don't know. A lot of people be speculating outside, right? I know the system. I know I've been going through the system since I was 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been all the juveniles in New York. I work in the juveniles right now. You know what I'm saying? With the kids at 17. These is my big bros, little kids right now. You know what I'm saying? At 17, 15. I'm like, damn. When I was shooting up the block, y'all niggas was like this high. These motherfuckers locked up for murders now, little K-Flocks. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because they younger than me. You know what I mean? So, but long story short, I've been through the system, and I knew that it was from once I seen the evidence, Vlad. I knew it was.
Oh, yeah. And you said that the only reason you took the deal, because you felt you would have beat it in trial, was to help Rowdy and Monty avoid trial.
No, me and Monty took it to help Rowdy avoid trial.
Rowdy. Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, me and Monty took it. So Monty ain't want to take it. I told him we had to. I'm like, yo, they going to fry bro. And this is what happened. I tell young kids this is what happened when you sign up for a gang. You know what I'm saying? And young niggas, I go in there, I talk to them. I say, yo, you could be smart, you could do this, but once one bro do this, now you subject to this or off the bat.
Accomplice.
You know what I'm saying? Some niggas feel like, oh, I'm not that. No, nigga, this gang, nigga. Once we sign up, nigga, this. I don't know how niggas grow up. When we grew up and we was on gang time, and nigga, and we sign up and you do some, nigga, we on your ass, nigga. We on your ass, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to shoot niggas in my gang before. Niggas who was snitching, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to shoot one of my friends for snitching before as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I know.
You shot your friend for snitching?
Yeah, when we was kids.
Okay.
It was me, Rowdy, all of our friends when we was kids.
What happened to that friend afterwards? Did you ever get in contact with him again? Or
I seen him like 2-3 years ago.
Well, how was that conversation like?
Just, you know,
That's
keep
it.
his head pushing, keep the head pushing. I'm Bobby Shmurda now. If I wasn't Bobby Shmurda, it would have been different. I passed through the hood, see him. Niggas still in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But nigga ain't, you know what I'm saying, outside with the bros.
Listen,
he on cold.
Listen, that right there, listen, Bobby, you still talking too much, bro, in my opinion. You know, yeah, you Bobby, but even doing this interview and somebody like that seeing that, it only takes somebody to get up and, you know, somebody's ear and pump old boy up. You know what I'm saying? Even if he watching this and feeling some type of way about that, you gotta watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? That may have happened years ago when y'all was kids, but the fact that you and I'm not saying he's really glorifying it, he's just telling a story, but to him, that dude that's in the hood, that looks glorified. Like, damn, this nigga, you know what I mean? This nigga online on Vlad TV talking about how he shot me and how ain't nothing gonna come from it because he Bobby now, and you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful with that, man. This is how how motherfuckers come and get that get back. And Bobby, you from the streets, you know how it go, so you should already have that presence, that tone, you know what I'm saying, of understanding how the streets work. I'm trying to tell you, bro, I've been in the streets myself, you know what I'm saying? I come from the streets, changed my life, and it's just a certain way that you gotta move and certain things you gotta say, especially when you are a big name. You get what I'm saying? Because he could look at this and feel some type of way about that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion. And I feel like, you know, Bobby still talk to it. He don't take nothing serious. He got such a bubbly, goofy personality. He probably not looking at it like that. And I get it, but you got to be careful with that type of work right there, man. On foe.
It's Code 33 and shit they be having up. Like that. I was a wild boy when I was young, Vlad.
13 members of GS9 pled guilty to 101 charges, including narcotic sales, murder, assault, and weapons possession. Now, 2 of the people actually got some serious time. Well, along with the man who we just talked about.
Yeah. Those are 3 guys that still inside A-Rod, Rasha, and Quano.
Right.
Yeah, Quano.
Blue trial.
Rasha, blue trial.
Tripping.
A-Rod, 98 to life.
98 to life for Rasha. And
53.
A-Rod.
53 to life.
53 to life.
Me and A-Rod used to get expelled suspended in first grade together.
Well, Deshane Cockett, a.k.a. Mitch, had one of the most famous lines in your song. Mitch caught a body about a week ago. And he actually got charged with murder.
No, he didn't get charged with murder.
Well, he got 17 charges, 2 counts of second-degree attempted murder, and a whole bunch of assaults and so forth. You're right.
Right.
What ultimately happened with him?
He's locked up right now. I think he locked up. He's doing 10 right now. He came home. He caught 5. Came home and got locked up for attempted murder again.
All these guys who are named in the song, we went through all these names.
He upstate right now, but you know what I'm saying?
How do they feel? Do they feel at the end of the day that being in that song made them a target?
No.
Do they feel some type of way about it? No.
If anything, the song helped them leverage benefits. Helped them leverage benefits from what they normally would have been doing. So the song benefited everybody.
Especially it benefited people because where we come from ain't nothing going on but drug dealing and murder and shooting. You know what I'm saying? So and it's so sad because when you get out the hood and where I be in these new areas and people see how excited and happy I was, and I always been like this sisterhood, but it's how I was immune to it. Like I could see, nigga, I told you we used to walk over murder smiling. We used to walk over but that body smile laughing like, oh, the niggas wild with that nigga. So it was different how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? We come from Brooklyn, so and when you go outside the hood and become Bobby Shmurda or become anybody you become, and you be starting getting around different crowds, you can see certain that we was not regular. It's not normal, but it was normal to us.
Hey, that's facts, I grew up in some of the roughest areas you could. My mom moved out here from Chicago. When my mom moved from Chicago and where we end up staying, where we resided at the time, it was a rough area. It's probably one of the worst places you could stay in. I mean, just the same. I remember, going into the wash house and it was bodies cut up, in the dryer tumbler. You know what I'm saying? Police shutting the whole unit down. Had the police running into the crib. My mom be naked in the shower. My grandma be naked, taking a bath or a shower. You got SWAT busting down the door. So. It was pretty rough coming up. Same story, Definitely don't glorify it. I don't even like to talk about it, but it's real, man. It's real, just the same way, Shout out to Bobby. You could tell he's wising up a lot, you know what I mean? Just going through what he had been through. I still do think, he do talk a little bit too much here and there sometimes. And he seemed like he may become a regular on Vlad. You got to be careful, man. Vlad get to having people talking, just as I said back when he told the story about his friend. And again, I'm not saying he's glorifying it, but again, you got to kind of watch how you put things out there. Because like I say, that dude could watch this and feel some type of way about that, man. Hopefully that's not the case, but that's just one of those things what happens when you just kind of running your mouth a little bit and you telling stories on this camera. You can run away with some things that probably you should have just kept to yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's some things I'll never ever get on camera and say in my reactions or say during the interview because that was just a part of my past. That was the story. It's not to be told, if you understand what I'm saying. And a lot of times I just like to leave it there, but. Shout out to Bobby, man. Like I say, I'm glad to see where he's at. You know what I mean? Hey, Quano, straight up, should have took that 15. That's crazy. If you think about it, bro would have been out right now. Like, he would have been out right now. If he'd have took that 15, he would have been out right now. And so, that's a prime example of when you trying to fight against what you got and you lose, man. When you try to take something to trial, you know, and you lose, especially like Bobby said, he know what he got. He know the system, he know what he has, so he knew what he, but if you're not moving like that and you're not sure how strong your case is or how strong that evidence is, man, sometimes taking that plea deal would be better. Cause again, that 15, he would have been out right now. He's still in, and Bobby out. You get what I'm saying? What Bobby say? I jumped out my seat, belt to ass. You damn right, boy. When you hear that time and you hear, you know what I'm saying, what they trying to give you, man. I've been in that position. I've been in that position. I beat a case where, you know, they was trying to give me, what was it? 10 or 15. 10 or 15. You know, shout out to my dad. Shout out to my lawyers at that time. But, you know, I beat it. And I don't look back. Like I say, man, growing up, you know, similar situations, just running the streets, man. I'm so fortunate to be where I'm at. You know, I mean, changed my life around, got my education, got my degrees and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I really made a 360. So I look at a lot of this type of stuff right here, and I just be like, man, like Bobby said, and it's good to hear that he's working with the youth and trying to get them to see a different side and a different picture, because we need more of that. You know, we got a lot of YNs out here that think that this street shit is the way to go. I'm here to tell you it ain't, because at the end of the day, you know, when the bullets get to ringing, when the feds get to knocking, and things hit the fan, them friends that you think you had will not be nowhere around. Ain't nobody there to bail you out. Ain't nobody there. I've been through so much by myself. I didn't have nobody to call on. I couldn't cry to nobody. I manned up. You know what I'm saying? I took it on the chin. But at the same time, I knew what I involved myself in. You get what I'm saying? So it wasn't too much for me to sit there and look and worry about, like, you know, how I see a lot of these dudes nowadays. They'll get caught up in some shit and then be crying like, what are homies at? Woo. I never really had that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I got myself in is what I got myself in. I did what I had to do and got out. So again, it's important to try to, you know, spread that knowledge and truth to the youngins, because, man, they think this street shit is the way to go, and they dropping like flies, or they losing their life to themselves and then be doing the same thing. Some of them ain't even as hard as you think they are. You know what I'm saying? As soon as this shit go down, bro, they be crying and this and that and whoop the wop, you know what I'm saying, on foes. So again, man, shout out to Bobby Shmurda, man. It seems like I said, he can make himself laugh. I like that about him. He seemed to be wising, but I definitely would watch my mouth, especially when you dealing with Vlad, man. Cause boy, y'all get the ratatouille on this motherfucker interviews with his ass for sure, man. Y'all already know how it go, man. I'm checking out. Peace. Yeah. Whoa.